Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to those here and also connecting online. So let's settle into our evening with some meditation for peace and presence. So having physically arrived into this space, allowing the mind to also settle into this space in being here, being now, and being aware. Being aware to the present moment with purity and simplicity, without the complexities and complications that thinking can bring, allowing the mind to settle into its fundamental true nature of inner stillness, inner silence, and inner spaciousness, a true refuge for the whole of our being. And to help the mind to access this peace and presence, this calm and clarity, using the naturally occurring sensation of our breath as our reference point for the present. Firstly, breathing out any stress, tension from the happening of the day, the happening of the week. Relaxing awareness into the body, this platform for experience. Sensing, feeling the body sitting. Feeling grounded, settled, centered, present. Awareness of a few contact points for mindful noting, feet against the floor, body against the chair, cushion, or meditation stool, hands resting in our lap, relaxing the shoulders, chest, abdomen, belly, feeling that soothing motion of the body breathing, the perennial process of breathing. Maybe feeling the air connecting with our face, and the subtle glimmer of light coming in through the closed eyelids. A few background sounds as life settles into the evening. Letting the residue of thoughts dissipate, dissolve, and disappear. Allowing the arising of calm, conscious knowing, especially knowing the breath, maybe feeling that at the nose-nostril area, making a determination, an Adhitthana, determination, resolve, commitment to stay with each breath, noticing each breath, making each breath significant, special, sacred, through giving attention, each life-giving breath. Each life-giving breath giving life to the body, and alertness and wakefulness to the mind. For the next while, that commitment to stay present with each life-giving breath. entering into the present moment intimately, deeply, with kindness. The mind manifesting its fundamental true nature of peace and presence. Please help yourself to tea, biscuits. How did you find the music this evening before the meditation? Good. Not really music, it was chanting. Buddhist chanting. It's a couple of actually two CDs that I had for years, and got them out of the shed, out of storage. It's a chant, it's a Mahayana, Pure Land Buddhism chanting. Bit different than the Theravada, Pali Theravada, Sanskrit Mahayana chanting. Bit more melodious and a little bit more musical than the Theravada chanting. This evening, reflecting upon eighth, the eighth of the Paramita, the spiritual virtues, number 8 of the 10, which we all displayed this evening by arriving. Those that didn't have this particular paramita didn't arrive. The paramita is Adhitthana. Adhitthana. Interesting word, Adhitthana. Adi means higher, superior, above. Adi. Thana means standing or platform. So higher standing, superior standing, upmarket. But that sense that to have this quality, to exercise this virtue, shows a degree of, I guess, superiority, beyond the norm. In that people that don't have this quality of determination, commitment, resolve, easy given over to laziness, just getting swept up in the whims of others, the whims of their own mind. So to be able to have this particular virtue is a power, a spiritual power, and it's also a power, as they all are powerful. But this is a particular sort of strength. And if we look into the Buddhist scriptures and also some of the stories of the Buddhist saints, those that have attained stages of enlightenment or full, complete spiritual enlightenment, then they all had this power of great resolve, great commitment, determination, which they express both externally and also internally. Externally, it might be the resolve to practice, to keep precepts, to practice meditation. Internally, psychologically, more specifically, the determination to not get lost in negative thinking, unwholesome states of mind, emotions and moods, a sense of controlling the mind, not to be given over to greed, anger, ignorance. So a very, very significant, important, powerful quality to have, particularly for spiritual practice, which is why I mentioned it at the beginning of the meditation. And that is to make that resolve, make that commitment, make that determination to notice each individual breath and not be given over to getting caught up in just thoughts about what has been, thoughts and worries about what might be. And we spend too much time thinking, overthinking. So meditation is a real commitment to the present moment, a commitment to the potential clarity, purity, the possibility of liberation of mind, exampled in the Buddha and those that have practiced well, that we all have a mind, we all have the ability to develop these qualities to use them, and it would be a waste of time, waste of energy not to make use of them. I think that too often, it's easy to sit down to meditate and we just get lost in thoughts. Thoughts come up because a lot of the time during the day we're, yes, doing things, but there's these background chatter, thoughts, ideas going on. It's like this background TV station punctuated with personal commercials about ourselves and what we'd like and what we could get. It's like, hey, enough, turn it off. Meditation's a time to bracket all that and just come back into the present, drop into here now knowing. How wonderful. And as I've said many times, the Buddha said that one of the most wonderful, amazing, beneficial things a human being can do is to cultivate the quality of their consciousness. That's what meditation is, bhavana, cultivation, development of consciousness. So the quality of consciousness that's able to then enable that fundamental purity, clarity, peace of mind that's always there, but it's often affected by the thinking, wondering, worrying, stressing, planning that goes on. And so meditation is like, okay, if I'm going to sit the time, then make the mind or allow the mind to be present. It's wonderful. Speaking to a client today, video session. He's a busy businessman, and he said that even we do a meditation online in the session, and he said that even with that, his mind was just getting caught up in thoughts about things to do, things to get done, ideas about his business. He's the director, managing director. And I said, well, hey, you really need some downtime. If you are busy, then the more busy that you are, the more you do need some downtime, some mind time free from those thoughts to then be able to think more clearly, concisely, precisely, using thought skillfully outside of meditation, having had that downtime for the mind. It's a bit of a break. Though this particular chap he did and does display Adhitthana. He gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do his exercises and his swimming, and so then that's all done so he can get off to work. And I said, well, yeah, it's probably good to fit some meditation in there as well, which he used to do, but needs to do more of that. So that the adhitthana, the resolve, the commitment to do our meditation on a regular basis, ideally every day. We use our mind every day, so hey, why not have some time to look after the mind with meditation every day? And it's going to be sort of bear great fruits, not just in the meditation session, but the flow on into our daily life as well. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago about the importance of practicing meditation, developing mindfulness, clarity of mind. But this quality, not just in the terms of meditation, not just spiritual practice, but in our life as well, a wonderful quality to have and to develop as a strength, and certainly we can appreciate that most of the things that are worthwhile doing they're not done that easily. They do sort of take some resolve, some commitment, being conscientious, having that sense of determination. I determined to do this, to see it through, to get it done, to complete it, or whether it's ongoing, I determined to do this on a regular basis and to make it happen. And that's where results come. Whether it's about learning and getting educated, whether it's about exercise, whether it's about keeping things clean and tidy, whether it's in a relationship, sense of like I make a commitment to you, to the um, the purity and the togetherness of the relationship. I guess that's what the marriage vows are about: for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, um, in sickness and in health, something like that. So a sense of it's a commitment, it's a adhitthana, a determination, and not just at that particular time, but it's about then maintaining that so at a mind and heart level. So it's sustained, a sense of kept going, and particularly because in making a determination, a commitment, a resolve, we're generally doing it because there is a need to stay on track. If it was easy, if there was no hindrances, no things were going to get in the way, then easy. Don't have to make a resolve about that. I'm there, sure, all good. But because things do get in the way, sidetrack us, distract us, then having that commitment helps us to stay with what is right. And this is where Adhitthana also comes into the quality, the second virtue, sila, morality, sense of doing the right thing, even though it might be interesting or exciting or pleasurable to do something else. But no, commitment, do what is right, stay with it, which again maybe is challenging, but ultimately there's the joy that comes from having done the right thing, done the good thing, done the worthwhile thing, done the healthy thing, and there's a sense of great joy that comes from that. Joy, a sense of integrity, feeling good about oneself, um, and even like this, little things, little things that we can engage and determine to do can add up and grow into wonderful things. A little bit like planting a seed. Plant a seed, plant it right, and then determine, yes, I will water that seed. Becomes a seedling, becomes a small plant or bush or tree. Keep the water up, maybe not have to water it as regular, but it becomes something that can bear great fruit. It can even outlast, outlive, certainly outgrow us. This property here, Ratnagiri, most of the trees and plants, Hannah and I have planted over the last 20 years. There was nothing much here when we came here. There was a strip of mango trees down the center that are still there. There was a gum tree in the front. There was a mulberry tree, which we got rid of. Um, and also in the front, a weeping fig, and the hedge was here. But other than that, there was nothing. All the palm trees we've planted, put in all the rockery, um, everything else. So planted lots and lots of trees down below, down to Farrants Road, silky oaks and quandongs, the poincianas. So putting in the effort, looking after the trees, commitment, and Hannah's commitment is she's in the garden every day, watering, pruning, clipping, weeding, and so forth, full on. She's sort of her legacy is to create a garden that others can enjoy that will continue beyond her. So it's a great sort of gift, but it requires that resolve, that determination, that commitment. So a really wonderful, important quality to engage and develop. I know for myself that lots of things that I've been able to achieve in my lifetime because of that quality. I was even thinking that when I had determined at 17 to become a Buddhist monk, I was still at high school. Still, that was just before doing the end of year 12 HSC exams. So I'm going to be a Buddhist monk. And then Mara came along, and I was able to Mara, the personification of desire, but I was able to know that that's desire. That end of the high school year for year 12 students, and um, dinner party happening, and I didn't go. um, the awards night, I didn't go. I'd already gone off to the monastery by then, but also um, women that I'd liked, teenage girls, 17, say, oh, she's really interesting. She's really nice. Now she's smiling at me. No, gonna be a monk. Commitment, commitment. So left my home life. That was a sort of around about um, oh November, October, November, and went up to Wat Buddha Dharma, Wiseman's Ferry, did a retreat there, and sense of commitment. Yes, I still want to ordain, and ordained in January 82. So left home at the end of the year 81, ordained 82, but the sense of commitment. No, this is what I'm doing. Even though I had made that commitment, and also made the commitment to do the HSC, even though I said, well, I'm going to be a Buddhist monk, then to do the HSC. What a relief. No, do it, get it done. Qualified for university, just put that aside. But a sense of just continuing. And, part of the reason that we're here tonight was because I made that commitment and just followed through with many things are ongoing. So that even the commitment that one person can make, and that actually then benefits many other people, flows on. But the commitment that we make to ourselves, to others, to certain things, to certain practices, can be a great example to others. Even again, coming here tonight, it's like, okay, well, the fact that we showed up, it's helpful for everybody here tonight, even those that are online, to know, okay, well, yeah, people are committed to practicing meditation, turning up, showing up, supporting each other, supporting oneself. So it's a sense of commitment to what is helpful and wholesome. And the world needs that, because too many people maybe have a commitment to things that aren't so great, wholesome, helpful, meaningful, or healthy. So more people devoted to, dedicated to, committed to the right path. That's what's really, really important. So for yourselves, any thoughts or questions or about this particular virtue? Adhitthana, the ability to make a resolve, keep a resolve, make a commitment, keep the commitment, keep it going. Maybe there's examples of yourself where you've made a commitment, CJ.
Yeah, I work as a primary school music teacher, and I was at a conference and they were unveiling a new drum machine for kids. And I was saying, isn't that great? You can be a musician after 10 minutes. I was like, no, that's not great. Being a musician is a hard thing to do.
Yeah. A real musician.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man, we need more good ones. They shouldn't. Notes are hard. The stave is hard. The piano is hard. It's all hard for a reason. Because when you get good, you can share that. You can write something. You can inspire people. There's enough computer beats
Exactly.
right now. You don't really need any more.
Yeah. And in it being sort of hard or difficult, that commitment to keep on going, you're also developing, yes, the quality of commitment, but other wonderful qualities as well. Focus and a sense of managing one's body, one's mind, managing one's time, sense of prioritizing. So many qualities that are listed on the 10 to achieve things. Mm. Brendan?
John, I think when we think about resolve, it's also important to, I guess, use wisdom to make sure that, you know, we're setting the right expectations.
Mm.
I think if, say, okay, I'm going to I'm really determined and I'm going to achieve this by a certain time, and then find out what's a lot harder than I thought. And so then all the self-doubt comes in and self-criticism. Oh, I'm no good at this, I should just give up. So I think it's, we have to have patience and wisdom along with the resolve to say, okay, well, I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to stay the course, but
Yeah.
understand that there'll be difficulties along the way, and I may not always feel like I'm succeeding.
Yeah.
But the resolve part is, sticking with it, I guess.
And as you're saying there, it's like, as I mentioned before, with these virtues, they all ideally are paired with some degree of wisdom, but probably particularly resolve as well, because people can make a resolve is not wise, or maybe they make a resolve and it's wise at the time, but down the track it's like, well, hey, this is not working out. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're damaging your health. Maybe better to let that go, and that's where the wisdom comes in. Susanna?
I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for the opportunity to just during this entire Vasa retreat, to work on one of these virtues every week. I do this really consciously and just to focus on the virtue per week. And and just the biggest challenge is to get sidetracked, that I think oh well, just about honesty or truthfulness. There are many situations where I can say, I've been really negatively affected by the dishonesty of others, and I have to bring myself back. It's not about that. It's just about where am I standing, and go up and down and see okay, what am I doing? And recently, or today in particular, I thought about resolve, determination. This is me. I'm so determined. If I want to achieve something, I set the goal, usually too high, and put myself under extreme pressure. I just achieve usually what I want to achieve, but I can damage myself, I waste energy, and to just see it in the whole combination of there are these 10 virtues, and where am I, and where do I need to call wisdom in, and where am I wasting my energy, and when do I need to stop and to rest? And it's so wonderful to have the whole tapestry in front of me, and to just go through and see where am I standing? And so thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. That's good to sort of ask those questions of yourself, self-reflection, to be able to check in. And particularly with the Panya Virya Kanti, wisdom, Virya, sort of the energy, what energy is involved, and am I putting in too much energy, too much effort, and patience. Can I be patient with this? It might take longer to achieve or to develop or to grow than what I expected. So all the spiritual virtues help to support each other. They become like spiritual friends and allies that support the quality and clarity of the mind heart in interfacing life and growing towards clarity, wisdom, enlightenment. And certainly the notes that I put out, that's where the bit of explanation, also the questions as well to reflect upon with regards to each of the virtues. There's a couple of nice quotes from the Buddha for Adhitthana, which I'll just read out, where the Buddha said, those who are energetically committed to the way, who are pure and considerate in effort, composed and virtuous in conduct, steadily increase in radiance. And also the awakened ones, firm in their resolve, vigorously apply themselves and know freedom from bondage, liberation, true security. So again, a really, really significant, important quality to have. I think it's even more important nowadays because there's this, we're privy to just more and more distraction. It's a lot more easy for people to get distracted and caught up with stuff that really takes the mind away from that commitment and focus to spiritual practice and purity and clarity of mind, heart. The world is sort of more sort of apparent and more sort of overwhelming. Advertising is getting really more distracting. Social media.
Would you say that in a heightened world where everything is supposedly given to you quicker and easier, that the one thing that will never be given to you quicker and easier, like there'll never be an app that'll say, just click on that and you get patient. You know what I mean?
That's
right.
Like, yes.
At the core of it all, they'll never figure out a way to make that path
sure
easier.
Yeah, because that's inner. They could have an app which might be like, do this questionnaire, and which will challenge you to be patient and not get reactive and get upset. It'll trick you, and sure, we can develop an app like that, but it's the inner work that still needs to be done. It's like there's a lovely quote from the Buddha where the Buddha says, by oneself is evil done. By oneself we pain endure. By oneself we cease from wrong. By oneself become we pure. No one saves us but oneself. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Buddhas merely teach the way. So it's an inside job. And I think also that just little things that we do, that we make a commitment to and to put in the effort, it develops that mind muscle, that mind strength that makes it easier, it makes other things easier. So it's like, I remember when I was a Buddhist monk, the commitment to getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And the choice was, if you want to get up at 3, you get up. If you don't want to get up, you get up. That's the choice. And the commitment to the routine and all of that. And so it made it, when I decided to leave monastic life and come back and go study at university, mature age student, the commitment to routine, regulation, following guidelines, following what teachers were telling me, I had those qualities there that made it easier I can do that. So it flows on from one thing to another. So the next Vassa retreat day is not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, the 5th of October. So that's the last of the 4 Vassa retreat sessions. And so on that, we'll look into the last 2 qualities, which are more sort of heartfelt qualities. They're 2 of the 4 spiritual emotions, the Brahma Vihara, divine abidings, being metta and upekkha. So loving kindness, friendliness, care, and that quality of equanimity or composure, or that calm composure. So we'll look into those 2. And probably, and then we'll sort of after the Thursday night, after that, sort of again like a debrief and reflections on some of those qualities as well. So next Thursday, which is the Thursday before the retreat day, we can maybe even have just further reflections on maybe any of these, all of these, how we've been using these, ones that have stood out for us, how we've been able to apply them, grow in them, appreciate them, share them. So all good. Thanks for your Adhitthana this evening coming out, and see you next time. Thank you.
Okay.